Why was the left hand feared across ancient civilizations that had no contact with each other? From ancient Rome to India, from the Middle East to medieval Europe, the left hand was linked to bad luck, impurity, and even evil. This wasn't a coincidence. And it certainly wasn't just superstition. Anthropologists noticed something very strange. Cultures separated by vast oceans and continents developed almost the exact same bias against the left hand. Ancient Romans actively avoided left-sided omens. In Sanskrit traditions, the left hand was strictly excluded from sacred rituals. In medieval Europe, being left-handed could lead to distrust, punishment, and suspicion. Even our own language preserves this bias. The Latin word for left is sinister. So why did this idea pop up everywhere? The answer, surprisingly, starts with biology. About 90% of humans are right-handed. This simple fact had huge consequences. It meant that most tools, weapons, and daily tasks were designed for the right hand from the very beginning. In ancient societies, survival depended on coordination. Think about a Roman shield wall, a group of hunters or farmers working together in a field. The right hand was predictable. It was the standard. The left hand was not. And in early societies where survival was a daily struggle, anything unpredictable was often labeled as dangerous. Over thousands of years, this simple difference grew into distrust. These practical habits slowly hardened into cultural rules and powerful beliefs. In many ancient communities, a strict division of labor for the hands emerged. The left hand was designated for sanitation and unclean tasks. The right hand was reserved for eating, greeting others, and for worship. What began as a simple matter of hygiene morphed into powerful symbolism. Clean versus unclean. Order versus disorder. Good versus evil. Right versus wrong. These ideas were then absorbed into religion, baked into rituals, and even written into law, solidifying the bias for generations. As these belief systems solidified, left-handed people faced enormous social pressure. Children were often forced to write with their right hand, sometimes through harsh methods. Left-handedness was seen as a defect that needed to be corrected, punished, or eaten away. This wasn't because being left-handed was actually harmful. It was because it violated the established norm. Culture had effectively turned a simple biological minority into a social problem. So, the left hand was never feared because it was inherently evil. It was feared because it was different in a world that desperately needed uniformity to survive. Today, thankfully, most of that stigma has faded. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, consider subscribing for more stories from history.